It's SmackDown 1000 with exactly the same stage setup and exactly the same lighting setup we see every goddamn week. The bar has a new manager. A wild Vince appears and dances. Evolution reunited, and clearly Rick and Randy was the only ones bothered about the gimmick. Rey Mysterio is back and qualifies for the best World Cup in the world. And no celebration would be complete without a Big Show heel turn. I'm Jack Dillinger from the 5 Moves of Doom, and it's time to look back at what happened on the 1000th episode of SmackDown Live. How do you kick off the biggest celebration in SmackDown's history? With R-Truth, of course. We had an episode of Truth TV. And the guest was none other than the greatest heel of all time, Stephanie McMahon. I know, I bet Ben was marking out as well. And she blasted the SmackDown brand for being the B-show that it is, and asked why they were kicking off with R-Truth. Stephanie McMahon, please never change. Then Shane appeared and played to the crowd as he always does in his oversized Jordans, but we got a rare appearance from the man himself, Big Vince. And yes, I will never not get hyped and emotional when Vince takes 5 steps through the curtain. But what was he here for? Was we gonna get a Rock return and a Rock bottom, or a classic Vince heel promo? No, he came to dance. The first in-ring action of the night is up next, and it's AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan versus the Usos, because this is the only way WWE can book a babyface feud, apparently. We got some decent action to get the crowd popping if they wasn't already, but the amount of talent in the match, it didn't really live up to the potential it had at the start, but it was a fun match with the right result in the end, with the Usos getting the all-important win because of some miscommunication between Styles and Bryan. Seriously, pull a new one out the hat once in a while, guys. Backstage, Paige meets Vicky Guerrero, and Teddy Long, and John Laurinaitis, and that was that. Moving on. An Evolution promo is up next. No, not for the pay-per-view, that would be silly. But it was a really nice moment with cool new graphics on the Titantron, but Randy and Rick were the only ones wearing suits. Why? You can't just wear whatever you want in Evolution, damn it guys! The game then bigs up SmackDown 1000 and Nature's allowed to speak for once and cut a nice little nostalgic promo. Randy then reminds everybody he's the only heel in the group, and then Dave steps up and he goes on to say quite a lot. Take nothing away from the moment, it was lovely to see Dave get the love he rightly deserves from the fans, but did anybody else notice he looked like he'd just necked a bottle of absinthe before coming out the curtain? But at the end of Dave's big chin wag, he praises each member individually, but lets everybody know that the game has done everything there is to do in this business, just not beat the animal himself. Ooh, touchy, setting up a Mania match maybe, before they hugged it out. Apparently on your vacation you can turn up on a rival brand unannounced and help out on commentary. That's like me working fresh delivery for Tesco on my week off, but I digress. Kurt was there on commentary for no reason at all in the shortest match since Daniel Bryan at The Miz at Super Shittown, and crazily enough it was The Miz again picking up the win over Rusev, because America is going to win the World Cup no matter what. Oh, and Aiden English got kicked in the balls by Lana at ringside, and Rusev went absolute batshit crazy on Aiden English, chucking him right, left and centre over commentary boards, over televisions, over the barricade, and then he got cut off for no reason. Tony Chimmel was back, but you wouldn't have guessed it because he didn't actually get any airtime. He did the usual introduction for the guy with the best hair in the business. Seriously, his luscious hair makes me want to go to sleep in it. The Rated R superstar, no I'm not doing it, got a great reaction as expected and reeled off the most important memories he had on the blue side of WWE. He then called out Becky Lynch for the Cutting Edge, the second talk show of the night, and he tried telling her that she'll end up a sad, lonely old woman looking at her titles and accolades with a wet wipe because of the friends she's turned on. Becky then threw it in Edge's face and threw him out the ring, figuratively. Cue Charlotte Flair, and she cut a slight promo before brawling with her former T friend. Not gonna lie, this is probably the best thing happening on SmackDown at the minute. Next up we got a match we've seen 24 times already in the Bar versus the New Day for the SmackDown tag titles, and a second commentary table which was orange and covered in pancakes. Cesaro then took a bump which the New Japan talent would wince at, and things were running pretty smoothly as you'd expect from both teams, but then a giant entered the fray just without Kevin Sullivan and turned on Kofi Kingston for no reason at all, just because of the irony. The Bar then got the big win and won the titles for the first time, but they kept saying 5 times and they seem to have a new manager in the Big Show. Just what? We get the main event next in an underwhelming return. It's Rey Mysterio. Now I don't want to see him backstage first, I want to feel the impact of the entrance first. God damn it, WWE, and the promise of a classic match between him and Shinsuke Nakamura. The match was okay at best, but felt massively rushed for the Undertaker's entrance. We got robbed again. Ugh! Ray picked up the win and was added to the best World Cup in the world, but we got the Undertaker's entrance with 5 minutes to go, which we was all screaming, "Run, you old fuck!" He then crawled to the ring just to say, "Rest in peace." Why? Oh, come on then, Ben. Just give us some positivity.